Baseball life, this time with Drew Lebowski here, and he's had a good season so far, getting the last day of May of this season here, and he's 7-2 with a 2.51 ERA, so he's pitching really well. You can tell he's pitching really well as of this point. His adjusted overall is at 67 now, and his actual overall is 62, so he's not too good of a pitcher, at least yet. He'll make it to the majors at some point. Maybe he'll get a shot this season. Who knows? But let's go ahead and jump into his next start here against the Tulsa Drillers. He has not pitched against these guys yet this year, and you see his career stats there. Having a pretty good season so far. 57 innings total. He's got 7 wins this season, giving up only 16 earned runs over those 57 innings and 54 strikeouts on the season. Not a strikeout pitcher, but almost averaging 9 strikeouts per game. So something he's taking advantage of these bad batters.
The show's continuing coverage of minor league baseball is on the air. Tonight we wrap up this 3-game weekend series between the Tulsa Drillers and the Frisco Rough Riders. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale.
We look at the starting lineups here for these ball clubs. See, I'm not in the starting lineup in the batting order anyways, because this is an American League team.
Give you a quick look at our 2 starting pitchers.
Look at the starters here. You see right there, he's pitching better than the guy he's facing, so that's it's always important. But I'm not sure how good this offense is. Like I said, I haven't faced these guys yet. It's the first time I'll see them this season. So we'll see how I do against these guys. And as you see there, his pitching meter nice and slow. Might be just because I'm on a lower difficulty, I don't know. But should be a good game here. The big right-hander. Like I said, he's had a good year, and he's trying to prove everybody wrong. He didn't get drafted very high. I believe he got drafted in the 6th round by the Rangers. This is the Rough Riders are a part of the Rangers organization, and I don't know what's going to happen with him after this season. He could move somewhere else. He more than likely will still stay put, unless something happens at the trade deadline, which I don't really think is going to happen. But hopefully at some point this season he'll get to move up to AAA and face some stiffer competition, and because he's pitched pretty well against the AA teams. He's usually got good control, but you know, sometimes guys just don't have good days. But we'll see. It's only the first pitch of the ball game. And wow, ooh, that guy hit that ball hard. See if we can get this guy to at least swing and miss at a pitch here and not actually hit one here. There we go. Good slurve from the big man.
Temperature here at game time, 61 degrees.
So a nice day here, even though it's the end of May. Still a little chilly, especially for Texas. Guy hits it high in the air. I don't think that one's going to carry, though. No, it's not. And 1 out. There we go. Just like that, 1 out in this ball game.
An easy fly ball there to start the ball game. One of the big keys for him in this one is going to be keeping that leadoff man off base. He's off to a good start here.
Leroy Hirsch will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the
see if we
lineup
can
last night.
put this guy down too.
Now here's the first pitch. And he takes
low. And as you can see there, 88 miles an hour on his fastball. So not a hard throwing pitcher whatsoever. More of a Greg Maddux type. Supposed to be more of a control type pitcher. Although he hasn't had a lot of control so far this game. Leaving pitches over the middle of the plate and stuff like that. But that one, there we go. That was a well-placed pitch. Oh! Come on, man. You got to make that play. And that's not going to land you in the majors. Base hit! Base hit! No way! That was an error. I don't care how hard that play was. That wasn't, I mean, it wasn't a routine play, but come on, man. You got to, either set your feet or something on that. He was rushing. That's just plain and simple. Rushing on that play. Not really happy about that score right there, though. The scorer is kind of jerking me around a little bit here. I hurt my batting average against.
Here comes the 1-0.
Oh, now missing there. I can't get anything out over the plate there now. Everything's low. This is discouraging. Grounder. Ooh, almost fair. Tough luck, guy. Look at that. Ball boy. This game always seems to capture the little things, which I really love.
A 2-1 offering. And this one's low here.
2-1. So what is it now? 3-1? Shoot.
This is a good fastball spot.
I sure as heck don't walk that many guys.
He's got a big hole on that right side of the infield.
He does have a big hole on that right side of the infield, so maybe I shouldn't be pitching it there. Ooh, at least I got the call there. There we go. 3-2.
First inning? Yeah, why not?
They're gonna get him moving or something? Is that what they're talking about?
3-2, here it comes.
Guy rips it foul. Come on, you gotta get that sinker. I gotta get that sinker down a little bit more. Sinker not going right where I want it to go.
Another full count pitch home.
Got a good change up here. Grounder right to the shortstop. There we go. 2. Nice. There we go. It says no base hits. Did they not score that? Oh, no base hit on the play. But I still can't believe they gave that guy a hit. That was garbage. Let's go out here for inning 2. And, oh, look at that. My guys gave me a fat lead to work with here in the second. Nice. They didn't have the chance to get me a big lead before my first inning. But that was because we're the home team. So, so actually had a really good first inning there. The double play really helped make that a much better inning. Wish I didn't have to throw as many pitches as I did, because being a little bit wild today, that's not going to bode well. See if we can get this guy to ground out here. Sinker dropping out of the zone.
I think that's exactly what they're going to need to do. The more hitters
Come on. Get
in,
these balls over the plate. You got to get them up a little bit. They're hanging a little low, but I guess there could be worse places, right? Could be hanging up, and guys could be smacking them around the field.
Yeah, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0.
Got the fastball he was looking for, yeah. And he didn't want that. He didn't want that fastball apparently. So, all right, we'll take that.
Ready with the 2-1.
See if we can sneak another strike in here. Ooh. Off the inside corner. Man, I've just been wild today. Come on, Lebowski, let's go, buddy. He wants him to square one up. I ain't gonna let him square nothing up here. Kind of squared that one up, but he hit it foul. Yeah, actually, you know what? He really didn't square that one up. That was more off the end of the bat. There we go. This is what we want here. We want to be able to throw this curveball for strikes here. Grounder, third baseman. Nice play by the third baseman there. And made a terrible throw. Come on. Ugh. No base hit there. Thank God they didn't give that guy a hit. Jeez. Get that ball up.
I'm not sure he would have kept that right foot on the bag anyway.
He would have kept the right foot on the bag.
Michael Chastain will stand in trying to keep that hitting streak alive. See what he's done over the past 9 ball games.
Been making good pitches. My guy's just not backing me up on defense. At least the game didn't penalize me that time for somebody else's mistake. Ah, come on. Oh, man, I'm not going to last long in this game if I'm going to be pitching like this. 5 innings might be the end of the line for me. As long as we win this game and I get the win, that's all I care about. Grounder.
get the fielder's choice play at second, but
Oh.
that's all.
Okay, we at least got the fielder's choice on that one, but I didn't get off the mound fast enough.
You don't just throw the ball right into the runner's back heading down to second base. Here he takes just a little extra time to make sure that he makes a good throw. And they're going to settle for just one at second.
Pedro Blanco will stand in, and you see
All
what
right,
he's done
so we
over
got the
past
one
4
out.
games
We
as
kept the
hot
double
as they
play in
come.
order. I think there's only one out. I don't remember there being any other outs besides that fielder's choice. Nope. Yeah, there's only one out.
Here's the first offering. And he
There you
swings
go.
through
Good
a
fastball there. Wow, got that one up to
catch
90. That's kind of surprising.
Right there, and you had to figure that he was looking for that sinker.
Comes
Probably
set
was looking for
down
that
the
sinker.
pitch. And he turns on
Oh,
one,
shoot.
sending it high and
Hits it high, deep to right field, off the wall there. That's going to go for 2. See if we can at least hold this guy to a double, not let the run score. Well, that didn't bode well. That was a terrible changeup. Left that one out over the middle of the plate, and that's what guys do with that in the majors too. Boom. Yeah, left that changeup up. That thing didn't drop at all. That thing just hung there, and it was like a batting practice fastball. Just say, "Hit me, hit me." That's basically what that was.
Ronaldo Carmona will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4
In danger of
last
giving up a
night's
run.
game.
So what is that? 2 hits now in this ball game against me. Need to pitch a little bit better. Come on.
Now the first pitch. Ball 1.
Man, everything's just been off today.
You gotta get something out of this, even if it's just a run or 2.
The next pitch. That's hard
Grounder,
hit back up the
base
middle.
hit.
And
That
is
might score
through
2.
into center field. A base
That is
hit.
going to score 2.
Third and being waved on home. And he will score as well. And with it, the lead's cut in half now to 4-2.
Definitely has not been a good pitching performance today. Although you're not going to have great pitching performances every day.
Get his first shot here with the runner at first now and 1 away.
If it weren't for that error, we would have had 2 outs.
First pitch on the way. Drops in
There we
a
go.
strike.
Finally got that
Starts
sinker
the at-bat,
over.
0-1. Figure we'll probably see a heavy dose of that sinker here tonight.
It's really a pitch you'll lean on.
Good pitch there, but we need to.
Ground ball, but even in situations like this where he's just trying to get ahead.
Come on.
That's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
And now this is all about minimizing damage.
Just been
out
wild
there on the
today.
mound. He's got to regroup.
That's
and
been the problem.
He's got to do it quick, or this game will get away from him.
Here comes the 1-1. That's on the
There we
corner
go.
to
Nibble in the
one
corner
behind.
finally.
1 and 2.
Trying to get back into form
Now
here.
you got to beware of that sinker. I mean, he'd take a strikeout right now, but I think he still just wants this guy to hit the ball on the ground.
1-2. Swing. and
There we
there's
go.
a
Strikeout.
changeup, and there are 2 gone.
All right, look at that. 20 training points. It was finally a good batter. He hasn't been pitching very well this game.
Something to go his
Was
way.
able to escape it with a Houdini act in the first.
These last 9 ball games.
But yeah, not been the greatest performance for him today.
Here's the first offering.
See if we can get this guy to hit the ball on the ground. There we go. Now I'm starting to get a little bit into this groove here. Too bad we already gave up 2 runs and has already thrown so many darn pitches this inning.
Chased out of the zone there, and he's down 2 strikes. He may not throw a ton of changeups here tonight, but he's
Couple
got a good one.
lighter load innings might help me prolong this performance.
Most teams are, so the more you can keep these guys guessing.
Popped it up. There we go. That's what that pitch is meant to do. Either strike him out or get him to pop it up. And that's exactly what I just did there. There we go.
2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2.
Go to the bottom half.
Rough Riders lead it 4-2.
All right, come on, let's go Rough Riders. Guys got me another run. Thank you, guys.
We'll get a second
Thank
crack
you,
at it.
guys.
Slide out to lead off the ball game. First offering on the way.
See if we can get this guy out here
In there, 0-1.
easily. It was that slurve sure moves.
Now here it comes.
It's one pitch I need to work on, though. I need to start working on some of my secondary
That's over,
pitches.
but
Just try-
low, it's a
you know
ball
what?
and a strike.
And yeah, that's just The secondary pitches are important. I'm just thinking about this and kind of just thinking out loud here. But the secondary pitches are always important for a pitcher, at least the starting pitcher, anyways. But the primary pitch, as long as you have a good fastball, that's what you really want. I mean, look at some guys, like Brad Penny. I don't think I ever saw that guy throw a lot of his secondary pitches. Secondary pitches are great for keeping guys off balance, but if you have a good fastball, and Brad Penny, one of those guys, just brainstorming guys here that would throw a lot of fastballs, but there we go, evident right there. You have a good fastball, it doesn't matter if you're keeping the guy off balance. Location has a lot to do with it too. You could throw a lot of fastballs, but as long as you're moving that ball around the zone, keeping the guy off balance that way, you're going to be a really good pitcher. The great ones, though, are the ones that have good secondary pitches and have command of those secondary pitches. Guys like Greg Maddux, who's a great pitcher. Roger Clemens, another guy that used the fastball primarily, but had really good secondary pitches and good command of those. And where do you think those two guys are? Maybe not Clemens. Clemens, I don't think is in the Hall of Fame yet, but definitely Hall of Fame numbers. But his legacy tainted by steroids, as a lot of guys, at least when I was growing up, I'm 26 now. A lot of guys were their records tainted by steroids. Obviously, the most notorious one for using steroids, Jose Canseco. Canseco used steroids a lot. There we go. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts this inning. But Canseco used a lot of steroids. But you know what? At the time he was using them, they weren't illegal. And that's just plain and simple. Canseco was a great hitter. And I know at least from his book, from what I've heard from his book, he regrets using them. But I mean, he was still a great player. Even though you take steroids, you still have to be able to hit the baseball. As that guy pops it up, is it going to stay in play? It is. There we go. Quick inning for me there. But Canseco still had a good eye. He still had to hit that ball. And I that's kind of my argument for some of those guys that use steroids for their reason for being in the Hall of Fame. I mean, if you ever looked at the Mitchell report and you look at the guys that are on it, a lot of them were really, really good players. They were guys that had the natural talent, and they put up eye-popping numbers. But then there are some guys on that list that you go, wait, who is that? And and they're not Hall of Famers. They didn't put up Hall of Fame numbers. And I mean, so the steroids can only help you so much. But I do agree that it does help you kind of get back from injury and allow you to work out harder. I do get that, but the fact is, you still have to be able to hit the ball. You still have to be able to catch the ball. And wow, now I'm making this real tough on myself here. But you still have to be able to run. You still have to be able to hit. And, some of those guys, they use steroids. McGuire, and Sosa and Canseco and A-Rod. I'm not a big fan of A-Rod. If you ever, if you listen to me talk every once in a while, I really despise him. I don't feel like he was a player that really needed steroids. I thought he was a really good player without them. Although I just don't like A-Rod. I just think he's a hot dog. I don't like the fact that he lied about the fact that he was using steroids. That he wasn't. I'm not using steroids. Dude, just own up to it. When A-Rod was using them, they were illegal. And you got to own up to your mistakes and be like, yeah, I was dumb. And you move on. Guys like Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, yeah, they used them. When they were using them, it didn't make a difference. They didn't hadn't implemented drug testing into baseball yet. And that's just kind of where I said, if you guys are ever, that's why I like doing these baseball life games, because I do get to talk about a few different things that kind of, about baseball that things that you don't normally talk about. Of course, steroids is a very hot topic, and it always will be, because the companies will always try to push these steroids past what the drug testing is, and there's always going to be somebody trying to get ahead and trying to be better than the other guy, in a different way, than just hard work. You get a lot of guys out there that work really hard on what they do. You look at guys. I'm a Cubs fan. I'll admit that. But you look at guys like Jake Arrieta. Guy works hard all winter long. That guy never takes a day off. I shouldn't say he never takes a day off, but he takes off the first month after the season's over, and then he gets back to work. And those are the guys that really get ahead, and he works on himself and he keeps making himself better. Guys like that, and class acts like Derek Jeter. Not a Yankees fan at all. You guys know this. I'm not a Yankees fan, but Derek Jeter, when he retired, I was happy to say goodbye to him, and celebrate his final year of his career, because as much as I hated the Yankees and what they stood for, Derek Jeter always was a class act, and that's one thing I loved about him. He was a class act. He was a great player. Played the game the right way. Played it hard every single play. Obviously, one play that really sticks in my mind, or there's two of them. The one where he went over the wall at the old Yankee Stadium, did a flip into the seats to catch that foul ball, and then to get up after that, after smacking himself against the concrete, and keep playing all the way through the rest of the playoffs, was absolutely amazing. Guy played hard, and I love that. The other one that always sticks out into my mind is the one where it was an errant throw. He took it, flipped it to, I think it was Jorge Posada, and Posada was able to nab not Jason Giambi, but Jeremy Giambi on his way by, and just the way that Jeremy Giambi was just kind of stunned at that. It was just one heck of a play. Like I said, the dude always played hard, and I'm always happy to celebrate guys like that. Another guy, that he doesn't play baseball, but he's a class act. And there we go, strike three and go back to the dugout. Nice. But another guy, not a baseball player, but another guy that had a great career is Kobe Bryant. I'm not going to talk too much about this, but he was very similar to what Derek Jeter was. Had a phenomenal career, played the game the right way, and was a class act about it. Obviously he had that rape scandal. God knows how long ago. I can't even remember. But he's still a classy guy, somebody that did it the right way. Because you don't see it too much. You don't see guys. Some of the great players have just faded away. And it's because they were just jerks, or they were smack talkers. The only smack talker that I've never seen fade away is Shannon Sharp. Boy, did that guy have a motor mouth, but boy, could he back it up on the field. That was for sure. Grounder right to the third baseman. Make the play this time. There we go. That's somebody that has not faded away from the game, and did not, his last season was celebrated as well. But, the guys I'm talking about, like Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds just kind of left and didn't really, I don't know if it was just the fact that he didn't want people to know it was his last season, or if he just wanted to ride off into the sunset, or what. But definitely did not celebrate his last season in the majors, and I really feel like it was because of all the allegations of steroids that were swirling around, and just the fact that people just didn't like him. As a person, I thought he was he can be a jerk, and you saw it in some interviews. But, even with all the swirling allegations of steroids and stuff, and, this happened and this happened and this happened, the guy still hit over 760 home runs in his career. Still had one heck of a career. And I'm glad to see him getting back into baseball with the Marlins here as their hitting coach. I was reading an article the other day about how he he was working with his guys, trying to get them to make solid contact with the ball. It turned into a home run derby. He actually beat all of them still. At age 51, Barry Bonds still was able to beat his young guys, including Giancarlo Stanton, in a home run derby. So, I mean, honestly, maybe it wasn't the steroids, or maybe he wasn't using steroids, maybe he wasn't lying. We don't know. But the fact that he was still able to hit 4 home runs at the age of 51 in batting practice was pretty good for a guy his age. I mean, that's kind of like Julio Franco. Oh, there we go. Gave up a double. I don't know if you guys have heard anything lately about Julio Franco. Julio Franco is 65 years old now. He could collect Social Security. And the dude is still playing baseball professionally in Japan, mind you. He's a timeless person. That's just somebody that time just forgot about. He's still, he still hits the ball hard when he's up at the plate. He's a player manager out in Japan, and that's just that just blows my mind. That guy is ageless, and that's one thing that I really like about him. Oh no, foul ball. Yeah, kind of a long episode here, but that's just another guy. I mean, he wasn't a great player, but he was always a good guy to have on your team. He was a good clubhouse guy. He was a good team player. Got hits at the right times. So I mean, talk about lots of different players here. Oh shoot! Get down. Man, he hit that one hard. It was making me sweat there a little bit. But Julio Franco, yeah, that's a name that you haven't heard from in a while. It's probably a name you won't really ever hear again. At least some of you younger people won't. Older people will tend to hold on to some of those older guys that they watched when they were growing up. There's plenty of guys that I hold on to, and guys I think about like Henry Rodriguez. It's not somebody that you're gonna think of right off the bat. Every single time you talk about baseball, not unless you're from Montreal or Chicago. Henry Rodriguez had a really good career, not a Hall of Fame career, but speaking about the Montreal Expos, that was something from my childhood. I remember the Cubs going up there once a year for 3 games up to Olympic Stadium, and I hated watching them play games there. That place was just so dingy. Grounder, there we go. Shortstop makes the play. Got him. All right, one away. That place just seemed just kind of. It was just a place that I didn't feel like you'd want to play. Although I would like to see baseball move back up to Montreal. The Nationals now been in Washington for just over 10 years now. Don't think they're ever going back to Montreal, but I know Rob Manfred has been talking about expansion again and moving a team back up there. And I'd really like to see it. I'd like to see the city of Montreal get another team. I don't know how they'd realign the divisions, or if they would really realign the divisions at all. But and out. There we go. But getting the team up there again. But the problem is they got to get a stadium. They got to get ownership. But they've had interest in ownership of a baseball team up there. But would really like to see them get a team up there again. I really feel like the people of Montreal deserve a team up there. Make baseball return to Montreal would be exciting. And that guy hits a double to the gap. Jeez. Maybe it's a double. Might be a triple. No, it's going to be a double. But I mean, otherwise, I don't really know where you would put another team. You got a team in pretty much every major market. I mean, are you really going to put another team in like New York or Chicago or Los Angeles? Or another team in Missouri? I mean, I'd have to think of the South as the only real spot. I mean, other than Las Vegas. Although Las Vegas has the 51s, I know they talked about it. They were talking about it, and it's just something to kind of food for thought there. What place would you like to see a baseball team? I mean, I don't know where any of you guys are from, but base hit. That's going to score a run. Maybe a team in San Antonio, or I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, what other markets really could handle another team? San Diego sure as heck couldn't. I think it would be real hard to get into the Bay. You already got the A's. Seattle. No, really hold on to the Mariners. Tampa Bay or Florida is definitely, because it's a Marlins games. And boy, is this Heskey here. He's given up 3 runs over 5 2/3 innings. I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on that. See if boom. All right, let's see if they let me come out for another inning here.
9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. The Rough Riders are out in front.
They're gonna let me come out for another inning here.
Ronaldo Carmona will dig in here. 1 for 2.
This has not been a very good game for me. I'm running out of things to talk about. But I know I'm excited for the new game coming out, the new baseball season. Finally, for the first time since '07, there's hope here in Chicago for a championship. It's been really rough watching these guys through these last few years. Not last year. Last year was definitely much easier to watch than some of the past ones. But ever since Theo Epstein's taken over this as GM of the ball club, president of baseball operations, it's definitely been they've definitely been fun to watch. That's for sure. Watch our young team grow up into. Watch our boys grow up into men. But still, even if the Cubs were on the brink of making the World Series, the first thing that would come to mind would be 2003. The fact that they just couldn't get it done. But I'm getting the hook here, so I'll cut this a little short here. But remembering '03. Dusty Baker leaving in Mark Pryor, and I rewatched that, and I watched it. Just look at him, and I'm like, why did he not take him out in that 8th inning? His fastball velocity was down, his curveball was flattening out. He was just asking for trouble. And Baker was, I think, just trying to ride him to the World Series. But just watching it even on TV, I could see his pitches flattening out, and but I think this year we've got the best manager we possibly can have, and I think it's going to be a good year. And don't be surprised to see the Cubs winning the World Series. But that ends this game. Let's see, did I get the win? I did get the win. Not a very good start here for him. 6 innings, 7 hits, surrendered 3 runs. Still got a quality start out of it though, which is good. But definitely wish I could have pitched a little bit better in this ball game. Shut the door out of the pen. Wow, he didn't deserve it. Wow. Not a terrible game there. That second inning was a little rough. Gave up those 2 runs in that inning, but had 5 strikeouts from the 2nd to the 4th. All right, let's see here. Quality start. So I got 262 points. Let's see where we can spend these. Nothing's going down, so let's spend them on some of the lower areas. I'll get that up to 45 there. Some of my lowest stats here. 36. Change-up velocity. Slurve velocity. So velocity is my lowest thing. So we'll get homers for 9. All right. All right, now I'm up to a 63. But okay, so that's going to end this episode of Road to the World Series. Or not Road to the World Series. Wow, we've been playing way too much of that lately. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode of A Baseball Life. Drew Lebowski. I'm Big Dope 7. Be sure to follow us here on YouTube at Life of Raw Sports Gaming Network. And then also don't forget to give us a follow on Twitter as well at Life of Raw Sports Gaming. And then Twitter as well, Life of Raw, at LRSGN. I think I'm going to start doing some more of these, just kind of talking about things and just, seeing how you guys feel about it while I'm playing the game. So you guys kind of get a little bit of everything here. You get a little bit of even baseball history, or issues in baseball, or stuff like that, but while watching a career grow, essentially. But thanks for watching, guys, and you guys be sure to keep it real.